my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing a bit of a sit down chatty talk to you guys because you know what, I feel like I haven't done that in ages. I feel like I've been doing a lot of videos that are kind of like clothes related and makeup related, and today I just felt like having a sit down and having a chat. I took to my Twitter and my Instagram, which will be on the screen and down below if you do want to give me a cheeky follow, and I asked you guys to send in questions about basically anything that you wanted to know, things that you want advice on, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of girl talk, a bit of boy talk, and basically just having a chat with you and revealing secrets, telling you some stories. That's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, remember to smash a huge thumbs up, and other than that, let's just get started. In my notes, I've wrote down the most common questions so that I can answer them for you guys. The first one is, did you always want to be a YouTuber? And if not, what did you want to be? So I always wanted to be on YouTube. I know I always wanted to be a YouTuber. I always wanted to go into the mainstream media, like presenting, acting, all of that type of stuff. I used to do a lot of it when I was younger, and then I just stopped doing it. When I was younger, I used to love dancing. I did street dance, I did ballet, I did contemporary, I did loads of different types of dance, and I went to like acting schools for weeks and stuff like that. I loved it so much, and then I just kind of stopped. I think confidence just kind of got the better of me, and I know I always wanted to go in the mainstream media, and that is what I want to do now. But there was always another career path that I always wanted to go down, and I know I never will be able to, but I always wanted to work with MI5 and MI6, and I always wanted to become a secret agent. I feel like most people say that just because they want to be like, oh, I want to know what this person's doing, and the joke like, oh, I want to watch people through their webcams. Like no, I actually wanted to be a secret agent. I wanted to help the country on a bigger scale become a secret agent. Like, it's something that I always wanted to do, and I've raised so much into it, and I've done so much research, and it's just not going to be possible for me. Like, I don't think it's going to be possible anyway. That is my other career path that I would have liked to have gone down, hypothetically, if I ever got the chance to. Other than that, no, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber and go into the mainstream media. I also have a massive interest in like NASA and the White House and everything like that, so I would have loved to have gone into something very sciencey or very political. The next question that so many people asked, and I'm just going to clear it up, and it says, did you go on a date with Jordan Huston? So obviously you probably have seen the video. Jordan pranked me, and because we've spoken quite a lot, I said yes. I was like, yeah, sure, like, we'll go on a date or whatever, but he was pranking me, and he was basically just asking if I wanted to go on a date, but it obviously was made up. I just said yes, but no, we haven't been on a date. No, we're not dating. We're not boyfriend and girlfriend. We do talk because we are, like, we're good friends and stuff, but no, we're not dating. There's no hashtag Anastasia, whatever you guys ship us as. We are really good friends, and I do really love him in a friend because he's so funny and we are very similar. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to shut down the dating rumours now. We didn't go on a date. Loads of people seem to think we did go on a date, but we didn't. The next question is, how did you and Saffron meet? And I get so many people asking this question. So basically, I commented on one of Saffron's first videos. If I can find the comment, I'll put it on screen now. And I just basically said, like, I love this video, like, we should definitely talk or something like that. She replied to me, and then we started DMing on Instagram, and we gave each other like S for S back in the day and stuff like that. She came to my house in April. It was like April 17th she came to my house. April 17th 2016. From that day onwards, that's how we met. It's coming up to our like 2-year friendship mark of when we've met. It will be on April the 17th 2018. It will be 2 years. So that is how me and Saffron meet. I always get loads of questions, but that's how we met. The next question is, do you regret starting YouTube because of hate or any other reason? And so many people ask me this, and I will never ever regret starting YouTube because it's something that has changed me as a person, it's shaped me as a person, and it's changed my life. But there has been certain times, not because of hate, because I just don't give in to hate. I know that it says more about the person giving it than the person receiving it, but there has been certain times and certain circumstances where I have thought to myself, like, things would have been so different. I've had people turn on me who I never thought would turn on me, and I've had people do things that I never thought they could do because I was on YouTube, and it was people that I never could imagine that would do that to me. So no, I will never regret starting YouTube because it's the best thing that ever happened to me, but at the same time I regret some of the things that I've had to give up because of it, and some of the relationships that I've lost because of it. But then at the same time I love it so much, so it's such a hard question, but no, I definitely don't regret it. Another question I always get asked is, what is your family situation? So basically, I live with my mum and my little brother Atticus. Atticus is 4 this April. So basically, long story short, I don't know my real dad. I've never met him. Then my stepdad, who's called Steve, is who I call actual dad. Like I don't call him my stepdad, I just call him my dad. I grew up with him from when I was like 1 to when I was maybe like 9, and then that's when my mum and dad split up. They got a divorce a few years later. Me and my mum moved out. I still see my dad. I always get questions about my dad. Like I still see my dad. I still see him a fair bit. I just don't put him in my vlogs or on like my social media. And then about 5 years ago, my mum got pregnant with Atticus, with her boyfriend at the time, but she's no longer with him. So if that made sense, that's my family situation. So I just live with my mum and brother, but I still see my dad, and Atticus still sees his dad. Loads of people are like, you don't have to answer if you don't want, but like, I don't mind because it's not that, do you know what I mean? Like it's not that complicated. It sounds complicated, but it's not. What country do you want to travel the most to? Now this is such a hard question because there's so many places that I really want to go to. The two top places at the moment are New York and LA, so basically America. I went to Florida in 2016 and I adored it, like the best trip ever. So I really want to travel to New York first, and then I want to go to LA. I really want to go to a hot country because I used to go to Ibiza a lot when I was little, but I haven't really been on a holiday that I can remember buying my little like bikinis for, remember buying holiday clothes for. So I really want to go to a hot country. I really want to travel to Thailand because I think that looks amazing. I think it looks so beautiful. Me and a few of my friends are looking at going to Budapest because we really like the look of that, and I don't really know where else. I really want to go to Rome. There's a lot of places I want to go to. I really want to just travel. I also really want to go to the Maldives and Bali. I think they look absolutely incredible. Obviously they're so expensive, but one day I know that I will get to go to them. The next question is, what is your relationship status and do you have a boyfriend? I always get asked this question. No, I am so single. I couldn't be more single, and I don't have a boyfriend. I've never actually had a proper boyfriend. Like I'm 17, which, you know what, people are like, oh, you're only 17, it's fine. And I'm like, I know, I'm only 17. I haven't had a proper boyfriend. I've spoken to people and we've been like together but not like said we're together, but no, I've never had an actual boyfriend. So I'm single. I'm on the look for somebody. You know what, I always have like little crushes and stuff, and I do have a crush on people. I'm saying on people, on like on a few people. You know when you're like, oh, like you're really good looking, but then there's like a few people that I have my eye on and stuff, but I just like let it happen naturally. Like, I don't have the confidence to like message them and be like, yo, like I like you. I can't do that. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so basically I am single. I do have a few people that I've got like a little bit of a soft spot for. I am very much alone, and I'm okay with that because I'm a really independent person, and I think I'd actually really struggle not giving it up, because I wouldn't be giving it up, but sharing a massive part of my life, especially with how busy I am. But at the same time I do really want it, so I don't know, it's a really hard thing. But no, I'm single. What was your first kiss like? So I had my first kiss in year 4, year 3 or year 4, but it wasn't like a kiss, it was actually a snog. Like 9-10-year-old Anna went in. It was with a boy who I don't really know anymore. Like I've spoken to him occasionally and he does live in my town. I mean, I can't really remember much of what it was like. It was on my trampoline and my mum and dad were outside having a cigarette. I think like my dad shouted around and my mum like, Anna, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing, and I was like just had my first kiss. So that's what it was. It was at my house when he came round for dinner one night, and I don't know, we were really close. Like I'm saying I haven't had a boyfriend, actually he was my boyfriend at the time, but do you know what I mean, like it wasn't like a serious, it was more like a 9-10-year-old relationship. So yeah, that was basically my first kiss, which was very, very interesting. I have had like boyfriends and stuff, but they were just like when I was really young, so I don't know if you can count it. What's a horrific period story that you've got and how to deal with cramps? So oh my god, I cannot even tell you guys, I have now got the worst periods. I never had bad periods. Like I started 2 years ago and I never got pain with it. I never really had much blood with it. I was very, very lucky. Recently in the past few months I've just gotten so heavy and it hurts me so much that I actually get stuck in bed because it hurts me that much. I literally am like just coming off now. Like I don't really mind talking about it. I'm just coming off now, and I was in bed the whole weekend because I was in so much pain. Like I was with my friends on the Friday night and I constantly was having to go to the toilet because I'm in so much pain with it. Like, and I take painkillers for it, I take everything for it, I have hot water bottle, but I get the worst cramps in my like lower abdomen. Is that how you say it? Abdomen? Let's just go with the word tummy. And my legs. And the way I deal with them is I have a hot chocolate because I read that can help. I have a hot water bottle. I put my legs like up, so my knees are like here, and that also helps. And I get a hot bath, but I can always feel the pain there. Like it's so annoying, and I know when my periods are coming because I get the pain for like a week on end. But you know what? We only get them 12 times a year. I can cope with it, and I'm so happy I'm coming off. It just really hurts. The first time I started my period, I was with Amber, and I had the worst day. Like Amber can tell you, I was just having such a bad day, and we came home from where we were, and I sat on my bed, and we were just having a chat, and I had my pyjama shorts on, and Amber obviously just glanced, and she saw that there was a massive red patch under me, and she just went, Anna, there's a massive red patch. And Amber had already started her period, and I just looked down, and I was sat in a pool of blood, and I come on my period. So, you know, obviously the hormones that day, because I was very upset, got it out of me. Another question that I always get asked is, are you still friends with the Paris squad? So not last year, the year before, I went to Paris with, oh my god, so I can't remember how many of us there were, but there was me, Lewis, Jazz, Soph, Caitlin, Molly, Hannah and Eve. So there's 8 of us who went, and we went with some of their parents as well, so there was 8 of us. And yeah, I am still friends with them. I think it's just because I don't really see them anymore that I don't really like put them on my social media, because I just don't get to see them. Like I saw Molly and Eve recently, I see Lewis all the time, I see Jazz quite a lot. I don't really see Hannah that much. I saw her a few weeks ago in the art management office, but other than that, I haven't seen Caitlin in ages. Oh, have I seen Sophie? Yeah, I saw Sophie a few weeks ago as well. Like I see them all the time, I just don't really put them on social media because it's not like we are together for long. We're only together for like 5-10 minutes at a time, so we just have like a really quick catch up. I think we've all just kind of like separated off, and like Paris was like keeping us together as a friendship group, and then after that we all kind of went off to separate friends and separate like groups and stuff. So yes, we are still all friends, we just like don't really talk as a group anymore. Well, I don't anyway. I also got asked on what my advice would be about toxic friendships. So I honestly feel you on that, because there's a lot of times I wondered to myself, like, have I been in a toxic friendship? Like I know I have, and like what do I do to get out of it? How do I resolve it? And honestly, it's so upsetting because it often happens that you rely so heavily on a person and you could never treat them how they treat you. So it becomes such a shock to your system when they're like that to you, and when they start spending less time with you, and when they just start ignoring you and they don't want to talk to you. Like it's horrible, and I've been through it. And I think the best way to deal with it is to realise that it's not you, and you probably haven't done anything wrong. It's just them. It's just them being stupid. They're just growing up, and honestly it's their loss if they leave you behind, because there's people who I have no longer got in my life who moved on, and you know what, I'm sorry, like it was their loss. When you've got a group of girls that are very like kind of like, you know, I don't want to swear, but a bit then you know, like it's really hard, because I feel like a lot of the time, like when I was in secondary school, I thought it was like the be all and the end all, like if the popular group didn't like me or I had an argument with my friend. And like honestly, since leaving, I've realised that it's not the be all and the end all. And when you're in secondary school, you kind of you have labels, and it's really sad that you've got the populars, you've got the geeks, you've got the kind of middle people, you've got the people who nobody wants to talk to, and you label yourself, and it's so unfair, and it shouldn't be like that. And that is a lot of the time what causes toxic friendships. It shouldn't be like that, and since leaving I know that, and honestly it gets better. I promise it gets better. Another person asked, how do you deal with boys not liking you back? Now girl, I feel you. This has literally been me in the majority of situations. I always end up falling really hard for somebody, because the problem is like I fall quite quickly, like, and quite deeply as well, like actually really deeply and really quickly, and half the time the feelings just aren't in return, so it's really hard to kind of like build yourself back up and like get yourself out of it. And honestly, again, you just have to realise that it's their loss and it's their fault, not yours. If you fall for somebody and they don't fall for you, you have to remember that it's not personal. And I honestly do believe that when you meet the right person, you will both feel exactly the same for each other. And the thing is, if they don't like you back, then they just weren't the person for you. That's what I've honestly realised, and now I can safely say I am completely free. I'm over everybody that I've ever spoken to, and I feel so good about it. Like honestly, like I wouldn't say a few months ago, I'd go for quite a few months ago, I was in such a bad place. I like honestly, like it used to hurt me so much if somebody didn't like me back, but now I've realised that it's not me, I just haven't met the right person yet. If they are meant for you, then I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and it will be meant to be, and you two will be together. But if not, don't worry about it, because you're young, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You always think there's plenty of fish in the sea, and like loads of people say that, but there honestly is. That you've got so many opportunities to meet new people, so don't let one person out of billions on this earth ruin your day because it's not worth it. The last topic a lot of people were saying what they wanted me to talk about was a lack of motivation, and on this I 100% completely feel you. I struggle so much with motivation because I work from home. I do my online courses from home the majority of the time. My job is pretty much at home, like my job is YouTube, so I'm constantly in this little tiny room, and it's really hard sometimes to get motivated because you can love what you're doing, but being in the same surroundings every day and just repeating over and over, you can lose motivation sometimes. The best way I like to deal with it is getting up and going out. I don't mean going to spend loads of money and going on a shopping trip or anything like that. I mean going for a walk, trying to go and do your work somewhere else, like in a Starbucks or in like a McDonald's. I don't know, I love McDonald's, that's why I said it. Getting up and going out and trying something new, like try and go out with your friends, try and just get yourself out and don't let yourself get down. Have a massive pamper bath, freshen yourself up. So I feel like when you've got a lack of motivation, it can also lead to like a lack of hygiene, and you don't want to wash yourself, you like don't want to do specific things, and it's just a vicious circle. Honestly, the only advice I have for that is just to get up, get out of bed and tell yourself that it's a bad day and not a bad life. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope it's given you a bit more of an insight on some of the questions that you wanted to know, and I hope my advice has helped you a little bit. I like to see it as I'm kind of like a family member helping you out or a friend helping you out, and even though I don't know you all personally, I feel like you can really listen to me and understand me. But I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. I also uploaded another video on Wednesday where I reacted to my old videos. If you do want to see that, I will leave a link on screen and down below. It's so funny. I reacted to like 7 years worth of videos of myself on YouTube, which most of you probably haven't seen, so go and watch that if you haven't. But I love you all so much, and I will see you on Wednesday at 6 PM for a brand new video, and over on my vlog channel for some vlogs. Bye!